Yo, what's going on, homie? Shichibokai Stumped back from the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into the treasure map against Hancock and Nami for the new 5+ PK unit. In today's video, we're going to be using my fast boosted teams to take down this particular event. So, as you guys know, I did pull Ace and Blackbeard, so we are using them in today's video. I already put out a bunch of videos for you guys, though, to help you take down this quest. We did stuff with no new batch, no 11th anniversary characters, utilizing Ace as a friend captain. We also did the same thing without a Ace friend captain, and we did some intrusion and final boss fights with the 11th anniversary characters too. So, you guys want to check out those videos, link will be in the description. I put out a bunch of preparation videos too. All of those teams should work. I don't really see any issues with them at all from what I've experienced. Obviously, like, the teams aren't going to work, like, to the disgusting nav levels, but they should help you get to a particular point if you have nothing at all, and you can just basically get to the 10 million milestone. That's kind of the goal. Like, you just want to try and get to 10 million as quickly as possible, as simple as possible, and as easy as possible. So, onto the bowl fight. I have actually changed a little bit in my teams since the preparation video. As you can see, I have done a little bit of changes to my intrusion fight, and I actually managed to squeeze on an extra 1.35 booster over Crocodile. Because Ace removes Despair and Paralysis in his captain ability, totally glossed over that. So you're getting the 4 turns from the captain. We have an extra 2 turns from Sabo, but we also have an extra 2 turns from the ship. So, like, realistically, like, we don't even need Sabo for this particular team. We could actually keep Sabo, though, and then bring a Paralysis removing support, and then that way we don't have to Limit Break expand Frankie and Sanji. There's, like, lots of different stuff you can do with this particular build, because we have the 3 Whitebeard Pirates in double Ace, and then just having Blackbeard on the team. Should work out pretty hunky-dory. Just in my head, sort of calculating exactly how much stuff we have here. Looks pretty good to go. So, let's... How much spare do we have? 2, 4, 6, and then we need 9 turns, right? So, with sockets, we just need 6. Just got to confirm before we dive in, because, like, I don't want to look like a complete idiot. Yeah, 6, so 2, 4, 6. Beautiful. All right. We're using double Ace for this particular fight. And as you can see, I put the Big Mom, Whitebeard, and Shiki unit on the team to get the Ezo support for some paralysis removal. Plus, now that we have that particular character, we actually have a third character for... do we have a third character, guys? No, we don't. We need 3, don't we? Whitebeard, Blackbeard, you know. We still won't get his EX, but that's okay. Like, obviously, you need Marco for that to work, but we don't actually have Marco. The real essential unit here is Carrot Wonder. If you guys don't have Carrot Wonder Limit Break expanded, you are going to need to use the Brûlé support on them instead of the Zora support. The Zora support is basically just helping us out with a little bit of a chain boundary, so that's always quite nice. You get burned on turn 2 against Reiju. There's some lackeys, and she has resilience. Utilizing the Carrot Wonder special gives you the 3 turns of cooldown for the rollback. And then before you use the Ace special, you need to remember to use the Frankie and Sanji special. Frankie and Sanji, because they remove bind, you have access to this Nami support that removes an extra turn of bind and 1 turn of paralysis. Because you're removing the paralysis, you actually remove the paralysis orbs, which is very, very nice. Once you've done that, you can use the Ace special. Ace does damage, so it triggers the interrupt from Reiju. You get a full heal, you get the special lock, and then you get the special reverse. The special reverse is really not that big of a deal if you have Blackbeard, but if you guys do not have Blackbeard, you are going to need to use the pseudo double special of Carrot and Wanda. So just be very, very mindful of that. But like I said, it's not going to be that big of an issue because we have Blackbeard on this particular team. Blackbeard's not doing all that much though, besides cooldown reduction. I just wish he did 3 turns of cooldown reduction. That would be really, really nice, but unfortunately, he doesn't. So on the final stage, you get Despair, you get Paralyzed. As you can see, Ace's captain ability kicks in, removes a bunch of the Paralysis and the Despair, and then we have the supports to kind of deal with the rest. With Blackbeard, he's going to give us the cooldown. We have the Orb buff from Carrot and... What's his name? Carrot and Wanda. That's going to give us back our cooldowns as well. We can then use the Ace special. You realistically actually want to have Carrot Wanda, so I'd probably recommend having the Brûlé support just because you want to get the chain boundary from Frankie and Sanji, because you do have an attack down below, I believe it, I can't show you guys there. I believe it's below a 3 times chain, I believe. So you're going to want to have that. So after that, we can use the special of the Rocks Pirates, and from there we're pretty much good to go. I believe Blackbeard has a Super Tandem as well, so that's always fun. But like right now, it's not gonna matter. It's just gonna be free damage. So there you go. That's the intrusion fight now. 20 point-something points on the bonus map. So, pretty good multipliers. Obviously, we had to bring that 1.25 booster because of Carrot and Wanda. But, at the end of the day, not that big of a deal. So, we'll take that. So, let's make our way around the map now. As always, I do like to go... Oh, that's a lot of points. I do like to go the way of the cards, especially when I have some of the boosted units. Unfortunately, we don't have the C chart card, but we do have the pistols and the cannon card, so that's always really, really nice. Go down by 2? Yes, I'll take stamina. I'll take stamina every day of the week. What other cards can we get? I might cut and just come back to the next mini-boss. Alright, so let's take on Ulti now. The Ulti fight, I did pivot back to my original build in my No New Batch video. You can easily run Frankie and Sanji as a captain here. The problem with doing that is you are going to have to use like a double special activation from them, which is just going to take more time. And when it comes to the mini-bosses, I say this every single treasure map, the mini-bosses don't give that many points for it to be substantial enough for you to worry about bringing boosters. Now, I'm always in the camp of bringing a few boosters, because look, you still do get points from these fights. You don't get a lot, but you still do get some. So if you can find a balance between getting a few points and still keeping the teams relatively fast, it just seems to be the nicest way to play if you are sort of looking at getting towards the milestones and maybe just grinding a little bit more later down the line. But if you're really looking at doing like hundreds and hundreds of NAB levels, obviously you want to optimize your teams to be as fast as possible, still give a lot of damage and be very, very quick. So I do understand why people like to run just literally no boosters at all. But at the same time, like, I'm always in the camp of just trying to fit on boosters and then using other characters that aren't boosted that are just perfect for taking down said piece of content. So for this fight, Blackbeard, he takes care of the action bind, and then Frankie Captain deals with the blowaway. We then have the Sengoku special for a 4x attack and Orbis because we have one of every color, with the wave clear shenanigans of Luffy and Lucci and Kaku, and then I just have Treasure Map Buggy there. With this, we have 5 Treasure Map Legends. So we're getting a lot of 1.25 boosters. It works out pretty nicely, even with getting some really nice speed there too. So, wow, we built up a lot of cannon, like we got a lot of cannon cards here. And we get the stamina. Oh, that's so beautiful. That was a great little turn. Awesome. I got the videos out last night, and then obviously it's pretty much family time from there. So I haven't actually had any time to play. This is like my first run with my actual teams. So I think it's actually my second run, but yeah, let's take the gold card. We'll go this way. 4. It's not really helpful, is it? See if we can get that other gold card. Yeah. We'll get rid of that that 4 if it's a good card. Oh yeah. I would like to get rid of the 4, please. Nice. Alright, so now we're ready to go for the next map. But for now, let's take on Yamato and Otama. Now, this particular team, I actually changed quite a lot. As you can see, this is a prime example of not bringing any boosters, but I did manage to squeeze on Izo and Okikyu. Now, I was running Tashigi with, what's it called? Verse Shanks. And look, that is definitely something that is very easy to do. But I feel like if you can make Sabo work, Sabo is just going to make life very easy and very, very fast. But the problem with Sabo is he doesn't give cooldowns in his captain ability, which is a bit of a problem. So we are using the Zoro Juro unit, and we also have the 10th anniversary Shanks as a sub. He gives 1 turn of cooldown in his passive, and then Zoro gives 2 turns of cooldown with his special, and he also wave clears turn 1. Izo Kiku can wave clear turn 2, get a 3-time chain lock, and then we have Hiyori here just to give us some 1 orbs. With that, as you can see, I'd have just enough cooldowns with the ship, sockets, the cooldowns from the quest to get our Sabo special ready to go. On the final stage, you have to deal with Special Button and Despair, and Sabo literally takes care of both of those. On top of that, when you use the Sabo special, he gives you a advantageous class effect, he gives you territory, and then with the Koala support, you actually get access to a 2x attack boost for your cerebral characters. So Sabo is going to be hitting very, very hard here. I do have Shanks on this team. I chose Shanks. Like, you could use basically anyone that just gives 1 turn of cooldown, but I chose Shanks because he can give color affinity to cerebral characters at 4 times. He also increases the attack boost. So later down the line, when I need more damage, I can then use the Shanks special. He's going to increase that 2x attack boost to like a 2.5 or 2.3 times. I don't know what it is. He does like a whatever it is. And then a 4 times color affinity boost, allowing Sabo to hit very, very hard. With Hiyori, you can just tap with her first. She gives the resistance to cerebrals, and then Sabo just going to absolutely blitz the crap out of them. Onto the carrot fight now. This is the easiest of the mini bosses. I haven't changed this team from my No New Bash video. Like, it just works very, very well. And with this, like, you have Kobe, you have 2 Luffys, the free-to-play Luffy. You're getting a lot of damage output. You have a nice balance of boosters, as I was talking about before. But you definitely can make it faster. You could probably use Lucci and Kaku as a captain and just utilize their switch ability, their special, as a unit. They then reduce damage reduction and threshold, and then you just bring someone to remove the defense up, and you're pretty much good to go from there. They also give you an attack and an orb boost on the final stage, so like with that, like you can just use that to your advantage. But I haven't really found a way to sort of take them off the team I was using them on, so for now I'm rocking this. But again, teams are subject to change. I always like to sort of let the game mode play out a little bit, and then I sort of change teams as I'm sort of playing them. But Robin, she's just so perfect here. She basically removes everything on this final stage. You can use the Rush Sanji support, you can use the Mr. 1 support, which was free for the 11th anniversary, to remove that extra ton of damage reduction. And then the Sengoku special, because we have a full side team, is going to give a 3.5 times attack and orb boost to Kobe. You can give it to Luffy, though. Like, if you don't have Kobe, don't stress. Like, Kobe's just a 1.25 booster. He's a cerebral character, so he's getting a little bit more damage output. Later down the line, we could probably throw in, like, a color affinity support and whatnot. Shirahoshi's giving us rainbow orbs, so we don't have to worry about any orb manipulation, and we're good to go from there. On to the final mini-boss fight. Well, the third mini-boss fight. We're actually using Roger, Rayleigh Gaban for this particular team. Now, Roger, Rayleigh Gaban, look, they're going to be really good for the final boss fight, but they're just so good for this particular fight that I had to use them. We also have the Rocks Pirates on this team as well. And then we just have like 3 characters that are just going to help us out, being Toki, making it very, very fast, Zora for wave clearing, and then Shirahoshi for rainbow orbs. This particular fight gives you threshold and defense up on the final stage. Roger Eligwan as a captain is just going to set the threshold to 0%. So they work so perfectly here, but later I feel like I'm going to need a little bit more damage on the final fight. And when that comes around, I am probably going to move them there for the special bind removal, and then have to put like Sabo Koala on this particular team, or maybe go back to the what's it called, the Cat Viper strat that I had initially in the No New Batch video with no 11th anniversary characters. But as long as you can just sort of fit that Mihawk support on the team somewhere, like, it's just going to work out super hunky-dory. And I threw it on the Shirahoshi, because Shirahoshi's just so good as like a sub to just give rainbow orbs at the start of the quest. Zora wave clears, and you're just pretty much good to go from there. Toki gives you the 3.5 times attack and orb boost to 2 characters. Select the Rocks Pirates. You can then use the Rocks Pirate special later, and that's going to allow you to get the set target, and just like the damage for this team, just it's going to blow the fight away. And at a 4 times multiplier, like, I'm very, very happy with that. But like I said, eventually I'm going to need them over here somewhere, because we are going to want to replace Sabo and Koala on this particular team with Roger, Rayleigh Gaban for just more damage output eventually. For now, like, I don't really know when that's going to be like a problem, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, because the team still has a lot of buffs, and realistically, like, I'm just getting access to, I believe I'm getting access to, I actually don't think I am. The team just gets a little, like, a few more buffs in terms of being just a stronger color affinity booster, the tap timing bonus with Roger Rayleigh Gaban. So, like, I don't think it's really going to be a necessity. But like I said, it's definitely something to look at if I am looking for more damage. Still, in saying that though, I do have like lots of buffs on this team. Like, we are using a lot of supports for extra damage. Stuff like the Reiju support, the Kuma support, the Mr. 3 support, all of it is helping out in some sort of way as well. So, on stage 2 against Vivi, you get burned, which turns into an attack boost. It's very, very nice. She also puts up a territory and gives you attack down. She also makes all orbs at a 70% reduction, unless they're either like recovery, Semler, or rainbow slots. So, utilizing the Blackbeard special here, and the A special, can set your HP nice and low. You do want to be below 50% HP moving into the final stage, so using an A special here is really, really good. And then Blackbeard can give you a full body recovery orbs. He locks them, and he removes the attack down. He's just basically perfect for the stage. If you don't have Blackbeard, though, just use Nami Karina there. Like, Nami Karina just work, like, absolutely perfectly. On the final stage, there is Threshold, and then you also get Special Bound. So this is where the Sabo and Koala character come into play. You also get stunned as well on your middle row. So make sure Sabo Koala is not in the middle slot. Then you can use Sabo Koala to remove the Special Bind, and then you can use your A special once again to remove the stun on the middle row. As you can see, we have the support of Kuma for some color affinity. We have the Reiju support for a nice cheeky orb buff. And then we have the Mr. 3 support, so that way we can get some damage reduction for the damage reduction conversion buff. With that, like, it's just free. Like, it's a lot of damage, and you're pretty much good to go. Fortunately, the enemy territory is still up. Ace's territory, I think, only procs if you have, like, 3 Whitebeard Pirates. Well, it's not 3 Whitebeard Pirates, but I think it's, like, you have to have, like, a certain amount of characters on the team, I believe. I don't know. I can't really exactly remember what the part in his passive is. I might quickly check that because, like, I was under the impression that Ace was going to remove that territory, but he actually doesn't. So, a little bit annoying there. So, we'll have to have a look. Oh, look, actually, someone let me know in the comment section below, and then I'll just pin the comment for you guys so you can see it there. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, belt like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good!